Alright, so this review is a little bit late because last night I, instead of watching Breaking Bad, watched SummerSlam, and in my mind Christian still won, so I am kinda happy right now. Nevertheless, I watched Breaking Bad, and this is episode 2 of season 5B. I'm just gonna call it season 6, because that's what it is. Season 6, episode 2. The title of the episode is Buried. I will say this episode is a drop-off from last week, because last week you got right back into the swing of things, and it was hard-hitting. There were some scenes that you didn't expect to get this early on in the season, and this episode felt like a cool down from all of that, because this episode consisted a lot of dialogue, not too much actually happened. You really didn't see Walt much this episode. All he does is get his money and go out in the desert and bury it, hence the title of the episode, and he faints in his bathroom too. I did really enjoy this episode a lot, because it did further the characters, it did show certain things being set up, and again, it's Breaking Bad, so of course it's gonna have great writing. The characters and the acting is all still great. There was a lot of Skyler in this episode, because a lot of people try and talk to her about what's going on with Walt. First you have that Hank scene in the diner. That scene went on for a while. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, I just kind of noticed it like during the conversation, like wow, this is going on for a long time, and they just kept talking. And the way Skyler starts breaking down during that conversation, and I loved that because you could just see Hank trying to pry at things and she just wouldn't give into it. And of course it's Breaking Bad, so things are falling apart, and that scene where Marie tried to take Holly that was so intense, especially when she brought Hank in. Hey, he's just saying like, no, let her go, let's go and get out of here. That was a fantastic scene. Once again, Dean Norris nails it in this episode too. And Lydia pops up for another scene, and I'm still not sure where they're going with this, because, you know, yeah, she killed off those guys, and you can see that she's working with Todd still. But I don't know what they're trying to do here in tying it into Walt's story and everything that's going on there. I'm not sure how that's gonna all pull together, but I'm sure it will. And I like how at the beginning of the episode you get to see Jesse, and then you see him at the end, and nothing really happens with him. He's just being interrogated. Hank goes in. So they leave you with that for next week, and I can't wait to see how that conversation goes, because at this point, Jesse, I don't think he really cares. I could definitely see him just, you know, ratting out Walt and admitting to everything, because he feels terrible about everything he's done, so I don't see a reason why he wouldn't just come out and tell the truth. I don't think I've said much about this episode, but to be honest, I don't have as much to say, because last week we had a really hard-hitting episode. This week you just have some cool down. There were some really interesting conversations and dialogue, and it furthers the plot till next week. And it was still great to watch. I was completely interested the whole time. I don't think I'm gonna grade these episodes, because I did it with Game of Thrones, because those actually like feel like 1 hour long movies. This just kind of feels more like a show, and I'm just talking about it. I still loved this episode, so what'd you guys think of this episode? Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? Did you like it more than last week's episode? Write your beautiful comments down there and tell me what you think. And if you like this video, hit that subscribe button down there, because if you don't, I'll start cooking meth and then I'll blow up and die.